Spirit, I want it as a person his whole life. I don't think he was abused, but there is something that happened that felt him out of power. Okay. He's quite a blocked energy. So like Wade Wilson, the Cape Coral SK, his energy's not blocked, he's not there. And most of this, and I'm surprised they didn't plead insanity for him, because he lost his soul and what was done was horrific. But as much as people say he's got SK eyes, it's because his soul's not there. And the DRUGs that he used made some of his soul depart and dark entities come in. And this is what happens. So, and SKs can be very different. Some are quite fast, some are slow at doing what they do. Let's go back to Rex. Rex. It's a bit like a dinosaur's name, right? Spirit, show me his full energy, please. So we've got the Emperor that's falling down. And it's kind of in reverse, all right? What's the better magician comes out during this read? Show me his energy, please. Show me Rexheuermann's energy, please. Rexheuermann's energy. Okay, so I'm getting the names Sandra and Costello, or Costello, Costella. The Moon. Show me Rex. The Ace of Swords fell upright, but on the ground it's in reverse. So I'm just going to put it like that, and I will read into the energy. We've got the Queen of Swords here. Yeah, wife. You know when I said weak, like depleted, defeated energy. I wonder if she's kind of like, I'm not emotionally tapping into this. There's something there with her. Page of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Four of Cups in reverse. The Five of Wands, the Scar card. It's interesting, I wanted to say star and I was like scar. So I think he's got a scar of his past. Just two more. Okay, so I'm getting something about the way he styles his hair. He doesn't like to just put gel on it like that. He likes to put some water, either with the gel or the styling product, or on his hair first. Look at that. And I don't normally look down when I'm shuffling. So we're going to take this, it's face up, Magician. Oh, look at that. Devil card. Can you see they're all thingy and they're just swapping to get the notice? Do I take it? Let's turn it back, and what I'll do, if it needs to come out, it'll come out. Two more. Seven of Cups in reverse. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Things took a downward turn from what he was doing, thinking he's the magician here. Let's go back to the Emperor. At the top of the page, at the top there on the row, we've got the Emperor, we've got the Moon, we've got the Ace of Swords, which is either lack of truth in communication, all right? What's interesting here is the Page of Swords in reverse, but we've got the Queen of Swords. he had a polarity of telling the truth and not telling the truth in his life. So obviously this was about the hidden kind of side of him. Like, he would be seen very smart, but he could also be quite bitter and cold and calculated. And the Emperor and the Moon here is very much like someone who's quite stubborn and set in his ways. He's not had a check-in in his power. I think he's been quite defensive in his life, and it's due to secrets. But he's also quite controlling. He's quite stubborn. I think he likes to see himself as like the top man. He takes pride in like discussing his work and what he's about, and that he's kind of like this kind of fine creator, or like whatever field he's in, right? There's something here about also, I wonder if he was from a strict childhood with the Queen of Swords, but there's definitely in his energy that he could be very honest, but also then there's a lack of honesty here when we have the 3 top cards, then the Moon and the Emperor. So the 5 top cards there really speak volumes in terms of the polarities. Okay, there's over analyzing, there's getting stuck, there's clouded judgment, there's keeping secrets inside. I feel like, and there's dishonest energy. And I feel like maybe at some stage he felt there was a switch in him when he was a bit younger. And there could have been that switch where I said he had some kind of fantasies, or he started having sex with these workers, and it changed to more sadistic approach where the sex was not what was fulfilling. Now I do get that he would stop for some time, because it was kind of like that, what he just did recharged him for some time, and he was back on it. He didn't need to do it like every day. There's something also about like he could complain about stuff, and there was a lot of internal and external conflicts going on with him, which was not necessarily healing. I think he also liked the spotlight on him. So if he were to be in an interview, he'd really like talking about, like, or even in a meeting, he'd really like talking about his business. If he's an entrepreneur or freelancer or whatever he is, he really liked talking about that. But then there was an element of unhealed stuff. And when he gained power during what he first did, that was not necessarily a crime, it really clouded his vision, and things took a downward spiral turn where it became a more sadistic approach. We saw the devil, we have the magician here, if that's making sense. And he'd sometimes, when he'd be in this, he'd really be over analyzing. Am I making the right choice? Am I making the wrong choice? And when he just did it the once, it was kind of like he tried to stop, but he couldn't. There was a snap there. And that's when things took a downward turn, because he did it over some time. But like I said, he did it quite sporadically. Did they find any women? Was the women all found along Gilgobeach, or did he find anything? Did they find anything in his house apart from devices? I just wonder about that. This is definitely premeditated. I think, you know, there's people that would have seen him and be like, oh, it's him, no, we can't go with him. Like there was an inkling that something goes wrong with these people, but when you're in that industry, you're frightened to talk. Like those that were up there regularly were on guard from him. I also think that there could have been a possibility, there was kind of like stringer parties, or is it stringer? What is it? Or what is it where they, yeah, stringer parties. So like I said, it's just diving into those that then made it go down a downward turn. I just want to make sure my cards are which way you're up for him, or the couple, or the life. Oh, it's not these cards anyway. All right. Let's look at, I thought I made notes, but let's look at, I'm going to pull 3 cards, but I know that the wife did have an inkling in the very least and decided to turn a blind eye. To what extent was done on the sadistic level, I'm not sure she knew. There's she. She did know. She did know. Yes, she did know what he was doing when he got to the stage. Okay. It's a bit beyond me why. Maybe she knew later and she's not well. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay, so did the children know? Did the children know what he was doing? And I'm not talking about sex kind of stuff. I'm talking about the SK. Let's ask one by one, right? The daughter, no. Okay. It's so hard to believe, but the cards are just saying it. The son knew. And I asked it particularly, but let's see. I'm going to give it a second chance. No, there's something else I'm going to ask. Okay. So he's definitely killed between 1 and 10 women. So that's a test. So I know that we say 6, didn't he's saying being linked to 6. Remember what I said? There's going to be a couple of murders, bodies that might not be found for years, or there's already one found that was not him. Although he had encountered that woman prior, or nearly did. Like, he's seen her, or she's seen him, but it wasn't him. Why is this taken so long, by the way? Like, what came forward? Something must have come forward. Someone's pushed something forward. Is one of them just recently? Okay, now what am I asking? Okay. Oh my God, he's killed a lot. you know, I'm not going to go beyond, but he could have killed up to 25 people. I'm not going to go beyond that. It's making me really uncomfortable to go beyond that. That is sick. I don't know, what is his motive? He's like, I mean, from a reasonable sense point, we don't know motive. Like I said, he snapped when they tested sex fantasies. They might have had stringer gatherings when they were younger, and he's just gone that extra mile. The thing is, I've not seen any footage of him getting arrested or any footage of him he has emotional imbalances towards his wife. Let me just check the recording time. I can't see. Hold on. Okay, so I think we're still okay. Let me just guess. He has emotional imbalances towards his wife. He's kind of like, I'm the housekeeper, the one that provides, and she holds secrets, but also he holds secrets. You know what, I can't get over the number of killings. I'm gonna have to do that reading again. Did someone make a comment on my page that they think it's over 35? Because I feel like I feel sick. So he has emotional imbalances towards his wife. He can be very, I think his energy is quite frantic, not frantic. It's emotionally unbalanced towards his wife. He's kind of like the solid provider though. He kind of does that. Can you remember what I said about respecting his wife, loving her as the wife and how the home of the kids and homemaker and stuff like that? It's kind of like that old kind of fashioned. What is this guy? Is he like 58, 59? I'm not saying that because of like age, but I'm asking what age he is. I mean, if we look at him, he doesn't look his age, but I'm getting around that. And he holds secrets, and he also sees that she's the holder of secrets. Let's just get 3 cards. He has love for his son. His son has a lot of anxiety. I think his son tries to chase for his love, all right? His son does try to chase for his love. His son tries to be the mini version of him, but not the SK type. You know, he's trying to be like the solid man that grows up to have the career, the income, ready to provide for his own family, but from a warm place. What's interesting here, his love for his son, there's anxiety and sleepless nights here, and I wonder if it's because he's wondering if his son is going to take on what he's done. Let's see. 2 more cards. Yeah, he's worried about the turn of his son. There's something about his son, he's worried he's going to take a bad turn. And I think it's about what he's doing, what he's done. Last card, Page of Swords. I think he's worried about his son engaged, that there might have been some online things that his son's engaged in. Which one's older, the son or the daughter? If the daughter is younger, it could be the worry about what she's got engaged in. But there's something here about worry that he's going to do a downward turn by stalking and doing things online. Let's get 2 more cards for the wife. His energy towards the wife. 2 more cards. Yeah, Justice in reverse. Okay. Obviously he's not been, and the Queen of Wands. So he sees her like this. It's funny because I feel like she is in this energy of like, the Queen of Wands is confident, she knows her worth, and he sees that in her. Or he used to. And at this moment in time, she's kind of like what the energy I was getting from her, that she just needs to hold her own. Like all the effery that's going on, she needs to hold her own right now. And I don't know what it is about her, but his energy to his wife has not been in balance. It's not been how a husband's energy to his wife should be, which we know, right? Because of what he's done. Let's look at his energy towards his daughter. I'm going to get a different deck because we want to see, you know, give it the, I always like to, I know some readers continue with the same deck and sometimes it's fine, but if we want to see anything, you know, give it the full set of cards, I'd like to go like this way. So we could be talking about the US Jack the Ripper part type. I think he was closer to his daughter. I won't be surprised if the love for the daughter comes out stronger. Let's see. Mother. Hang on a second, I didn't ask the question. Intentionally, I knew what I was doing. Okay. Hangman, Judgment. Let's put this away. We know what they are, right? Hangman, Judgment. I'm told to look at the bottom of the deck. Tower. Wow, wow, wow. His energy towards his daughter. Wow, my God. His energy towards his daughter. Wow, look at this. All major arcana, everyone. Look. This is the cards I did at the first. Look at that, all major arcana. Okay, so firstly, his relationship with his daughter is very karmic. Some would say that this is a past life, right? And there's a lesson of a past life being reincarnated here. His energy with his daughter is very karmic, which I think that means his daughter's going to be very prevalent in this case. I wonder if she's actually helped him when he's not fully got rid or cleaned up his mess in a way. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm a bit shocked by what I'm getting. How old is this girl? Is she early 20s, late teens? I don't know why I asked if she's younger than the brother here. I feel like she might be older by a couple of years, but I don't know. She's going to be key in this. She can be the one that really brings the dot above the I and crosses the T out of everyone. She can turn this case. She has so much power to turn this case into the final outcome of his life, basically. She holds, I cannot emphasize how much power, she probably doesn't know how much power in this 3D life of this case, as well as her role, destined role within her role as being on this earth, in this situation, in this case, in her destiny path that's happening right now. Like I said, she's the one that's gonna, if we think that he's held now, she's the one that is gonna drop it all. She is the one that can basically say to Lord Ellie, you think you're smart? Let me tell you what. And she can say this, 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 and that's him done. That's him gone. She holds the key. There's something about her as well, you know, because we said the others kind of know, turned a blind eye. And the cards show that they know to what extent that it was sadistic. I said, I asked sadistic, but I didn't go into too much detail. I think some of it is still a blind eye. I don't think it's exactly to the measuring of the sort of stuff that he did, because I felt like that was there as well. Or, you know, the process of stuff that he did. As if he was like a surgeon. Or she kind of knew. And I think when he dropped the ball a little bit, like if something was left behind, even if she didn't know what happened or observed what happened in that room or wherever it was, she'd clear that, if that makes sense. Wow. Wow, everyone. What do you think about this? Okay, so this double life we've cleared, but let's just... Was there something... Why did I see double life and then... Let's see the daughter's energy towards her dad, right? Let's just see that. The opposite way. Two of Cups. Love for her dad. There's also an agreement, like a partnership. I didn't say, but like she has love for her dad. So she will do that thing of like, you know, if this was dropped, you dropped, I don't know why I'm getting a hairnet. Okay, whatever it is. What's her name, by the way? The daughter towards her dad. 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 Oh, this is a bit weird. The daughter towards her dad. my God, look at this. What did I say about helping him? Do you know what? This energy, I'm going to read the wife towards Rex. This energy I would have put towards the wife. The wife sees him as a lover. The wife sees him as like the sun in her eyes, the dad of the kids. She sees herself as the mother, the solid foundation of the home. She's grieving that, you know, she's lost. He's had to be taken away from because of what he did. And it was DNA evidence that got caught and brought him to where he is. And that she feels her life is coming to an end because of it all. One second. Oh my God. I think she liked her dad. She loved her dad, but it was kind of like she competed with the mother. Like she really loves her dad. And I think she competed with the mother. Now, I've not, you know, as kids come into teen years, I've seen the mother and the daughter sometimes, not jealousy, but there's that kind of thing, a dynamic going on with the dad, but not in an unhealthy way, like someone's sleeping with someone. But do you know, there's those years where it can happen. She sees her dad as the person that brought joy in their childhood. She sees her dad as the person who was very smart in what he did, very meticulous, analytical on the way he did stuff. But as well, in that area of it, it's kind of like there was a cold bitterness and disengagement, as if it wasn't him. Whereas when it's their interaction, the family, he's with his emotions. And she's having to learn to let go. Although there's something here that she wants to kind of bring forward to try and save her dad. She was definitely closer with her dad. And yeah, there's kind of like I don't want to say a grooming, but there was definitely just going over the line kind of love. I'm not saying that there was, because I think he was also with his family quite old-fashioned. He was like this person, sadistic, sex and stuff, but with his family I felt like it's a bit different. It's kind of like the traditional kind of dad. But I do think that there was a bit more love there than the norm, and it was kind of like the daughter would compete to be like the mother, which is a bit unhealthy, and that concerns me about her. Let's see his energy. Let's see his wife's energy towards him. Yeah, I think there's gonna be stuff about the daughter. Do they have an attorney, by the way, to represent them so that they don't have to talk? Because this is very difficult, especially when it comes to the daughter. And I think there's going to be inklings, if she does talk, that she had more feelings towards her dad. I mean, we saw his feelings towards her. What is this? I've done like... Okay, so there's some that's turned around like this. Just turn them like this. It doesn't matter if you see them while I'm shuffling, right? Just let's do. So we saw that it was mainly focused on what she can do, like a very karmic, just... So yeah, look, she was, that's what I was getting. Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Because I saw the Ten of Cups earlier at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling the energy for him towards his daughter. And now I'm asking it again because there's dishonest information or communication from him to his daughter. There's some recklessness towards his daughter. But he had the ultimate love and he felt happy. Like his daughter was, I think, I want to say everything. There's something unhealthy about this, okay? And I think we need to watch this space because he's kept quite a bit of truth about his daughter to himself. Let's just be fair and pull 3 cards to the Sun again, towards the Sun. Well, Sun didn't get those karmic cards, so we did focus on the energy towards his Sun. I'm a bit unstable because this energy, the daughter and the father, and I don't want to say what it could be, but I think you're understanding. I don't know to what extent, but there was a line crossed in terms of being a bit unhealthy, and I don't know what age. But it wasn't at her own will, but obviously she might not know what the if, like, for example, I'll give you a basic example. And I don't mean to offend anyone because I've seen this and I find it a bit weird, but I know some families might do it. Like a dad kisses his 20-year-old or 22-year-old on the lips, and I don't know, my background would maybe, it's always been on the cheek. My mum would be maybe the lips when we were really, really younger. Like, I'm talking like 5 or 6. So for me to kiss my dad on the lips at 20 or 22-year-old, is different from a 5-year-old kissing the dad on the lips like a peck before they go to school for the beginning of the day. And I just feel like that's that boundary kind of crossing that is a bit weird. His energy towards his son, and it's very difficult for me to focus on the energy of getting these cards out. And I don't like that because I like to channel while I'm getting the cards out. It's very tempered, it's very moderate, it's stable, it's a balanced relationship. But his son sometimes would be, obviously in comparison to the daughter, left out in the cold in some way. He wasn't always on the in, you know what I mean? But then the daughter wasn't fully understanding what was happening. This son here, he would sometimes feel a bit helpless. You know, there was some low self-worth issues here. It's probably because maybe the connection between the dad and daughter was very strong on a different level. The son felt left out, yet he knew his dad was just so powerful. I'm not talking about the SK kind of stuff, but you know when you see your dad like this strong man who works, smart, can get anything, and when you're younger, you want to go, you like, my dad does everything. Do you know when you're young and you don't know that you can switch on a light by electricity or a switch? So you go to your dad and you're like, can you put light on? And then he goes, yes, 1 minute, let me just do some magic. And he puts that switch on. And as a child, you're like, oh my God, my dad is so good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he'd see his dad able to do everything. And there was a balanced relationship between him and the son. But to some extent, the son, probably because this dynamic, did feel a bit, he felt like the daughter was the favourite. He felt like there was a deeper connection there. He might not known it was unhealthy, but there's a deeper connection there. I really hate these kind of readings, but I think this is going to be the most difficult one if we want to follow the trial. Is there a trial? And check-ins on energies. I think what I'm doing right now is the most difficult one, is getting the sort of energies of what I feel out there. Okay, did we say we'd look at his wife, or is there no need to? I think we explained that, didn't we? You know, I stopped at the 25. That's a lot of killings, and I don't think it's going to be only in one on that beach area. I'm getting something about, you know, the pizza crust. I mean, I don't know where did they get this out of his bin or what. And also, have they checked under his cabin? I don't know why I'm getting cabin, under his house, or is it all just there? And I'm also getting something about, I don't know why I'm getting something about a suitcase. Should we wrap this up here, peeps? I'm kind of taken back from the daughter relationship, and then I can process it. So it's already, my time is, oh, we've been on for more than an hour. It's 9 p.m, so 10 a.m. your time. You're going to have to let me know, like, when I do premieres, do you need, because the channel's small, do you need hours prior, or are we okay? What times you watch the YouTube mainly? If I were to hop on a live and we have a chat, for me to test it, it might only last 5 minutes. But I guess I need to go through the trial and error phase for us to then have maybe regular weekly live chats and reads. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I think that's it. And I'm really being called back to, 1 second. that the magician I saw? I don't know, because I was closing my eyes and then I opened. I'm getting told to use this deck for the question, okay. Quickly. Frightened the space runs out. And it's always so hard to process when it's such a long read. Do you prefer shorter reads or longer reads, or you don't mind? Seeing the justice upside down, so let's just put it upright. Okay, so if the justice comes out in reverse, it means it's upright, because I saw it in reverse here somewhere, which doesn't help, but you know what I mean. Okay, so energy towards victims, that's the one that popped out. I was going to put it back, but then I thought just take it. This is the sadistic energy that I feel he was using around disembowering maybe the victims. One second. Okay, so he really needed to tame his inner beast a lot in his community, and also when he was out ready to do whatever he needed to do. He also needed to, this is in the energy towards his own victims. So not everyone that's going to be mentioned, like I mentioned, there's going to be those odd ones. Okay, so his energy towards his victims was, he didn't really like what they were doing for money. He's kind of like, I'll give you money, but this is what you're going to get. Which is weird, because it's like, he's going to cause the heartbreak around this by his cold shrewdness and leaving them on the side. And then if they were alive, they could ask for money, because that's kind of like the service, as opposed to just sex or escorting. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he feels like what he did was more of a job than money for sex. And it's kind of like flaunting that he had the money, but he didn't necessarily have the money. He was cold and shrewd, which we would expect. When he did this. And I also am getting reminded by Spirit, remember you said he needs a nap after he does it. How did I know he'd come out? There he is. Very much in the dark energy. That gave him that high. Remember what I said? Gave him that ultimate high, power of control. He'd been recharged after he did this. He didn't need to necessarily do it the next day. Or if he did it the next day, he had gone quite a bit of time not doing it. So this is not someone that would commit it every week, all right, or every month. And there was a period in his life where he was unwell, and he went, I wanted to say it's several months without committing any. And then he had those seasons where he would do it. Look at that, the seasons of sort of the recharge. The yellow shoes I got in Elijah's reading can mean a lack of faith in institutions, but also it's the cowardness. I'm going to post that actually, because I looked at the metaphor of what it could mean. It's the cowardness. But the seasons that, you know, the seasons that I mentioned, his own kind of word of what seasons would be, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune, and his ego, all right, and then walking away. So here we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is like a helicoptering kind of energy. It's kind of like the financial stress, but it's also like overindulgence in balancing and materialism, and then feeling back on track. But it was like an ego feed, all right, that then helped him to walk away and continue with his normal life that we know until he starts this cycle again. Okay, so that's what we have there. And I think I'm going to just now have a nice cold water with some squash. I wanted to say cordial, but hardly anyone knows what cordial is. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you want us to follow through with it, let me know. And like I said, I don't know what is happening. I said that I would look up the victims or more information about him. I don't know where Gilgobeach is, to be honest with you, but I know that it was 6 victims to date. So you probably know a lot more than me, but I do think this reading will give you some insight. And I don't know where they are on this, if they're just holding him in arrest, are they waiting for a trial? But I definitely think that they will be looking more into it, and there's going to be a lot more on his phones, and I think someone is going to be brought into questioning on his phone that he's communicating with about a need of equipment or resources or something. That person was not involved hand in hand, but that person might have an inkling that he was doing this second kind of life kind of stuff. Like it might be around the shopping list kind of stuff. Anyway, there's going to be more coming out on these kind of phones and stuff. But this is, like I said, I didn't go beyond the 25, but you could be looking at up to 25 or more bodies. That is madness, isn't it? Take care, everyone. Give it a like, subscribe. I look forward to your comments. Bye for now.